If you've ever wondered how to build a luxury brand, like truly luxury, not just aesthetic, today I am pulling back the curtain because inside my agency, we follow a very specific process when we build luxury and legacy brands for our clients. It's not random, and it's definitely not vibes. It's structured, strategic, and intentional. And today, I'm walking you through the 10 luxury branding principles we use step by step so you can see exactly what goes into building a brand that commands higher prices and attracts higher level clients. You might even be thinking, okay, can I DIY this? Stick with me to the end because once you understand what luxury branding actually requires, you'll see the difference between looking expensive and being positioned as premium. If you're serious about leveling up your brand, hit like and let's get into it. After building dozens of luxury and thought leadership brands for ambitious women, this is the framework I follow every single time. Principle one, brand strategy before visuals. I never design without strategy, ever. When a client hires us, we don't open up our design software. We open up a strategy document. We clarify long-term vision. We define market positioning. We articulate differentiation. We identify the gap they occupy in the space. And we align the brand with revenue goals. Luxury brands operate from clarity. Most DIY brands operate from inspiration. Inspiration changes weekly. Strategy endures for years. If you start with visuals, you force design to solve a positioning problem. But design cannot fix confusion. It can only amplify clarity. I tell my clients this all the time. Your brand should make sense at a glance. If someone can swap your logo with a competitor's and nothing changes, you don't have positioning, you have a decoration. Luxury branding principles begin here. Everything else builds on this foundation. Principle two, ideal client psychology. Luxury brands understand who they serve at a psychological level. Not age, not income bracket, not busy moms. We define identity. What does she value? What does she aspire to do? What frustrates her about her industry? What kind of language resonates with her? What repels her? When we build for our clients, we reverse engineer the emotional experience their dream clients want to feel. Confidence, exclusivity, simplicity, power. Most DIY brands just guess. They create content for everyone. They design for broad appeal. They soften their positioning so no one feels excluded. Luxury brands do the exact opposite. They sharpen. When you understand psychology deeply, your messaging stops sounding generic and starts landing with the right people. My clients often tell me this stage alone transforms their entire business because clarity creates authority. Luxury branding principle number three, premium offer architecture. Luxury brands don't just look elevated. They structure their offers strategically. Pricing signals positioning. Packaging signals confidence. Naming signals intention. When we work with clients, we refine their offer architecture so it aligns with premium perception. We strip out the clutter. We simplify. We clarify outcomes. Most entrepreneurs design a logo before they define their transformation, and that's completely backwards. If you've already invested in visuals before refining your offer, comment rebuild down below. Because if your offer lacks clarity, a logo is not going to save it. A luxury brand sells transformation with conviction. If your offer feels vague, your brand will too. Luxury branding principle number four, a complete visual identity system. Now and only now do we design. And we don't design a logo, we build a system. Primary logo, secondary marks, submarks, typography, color psychology, brand patterns, layout standards, etc. Luxury looks effortless because it follows rules. Most DIY brands choose a pretty font and call it done, but that's a recipe for inconsistency. When we build visual systems for our clients, we ensure every single touch point reinforces their authority. Instagram posts align with website layouts. Email graphics reflect brand hierarchy. Printed materials match digital presence. Luxury branding principles demand cohesion. A scattered visual identity signals amateur. A cohesive system signals premium. Luxury branding principle number 5, elevated photo and video presence. Luxury personal brands lead with presence. When we direct photography for our clients, we don't show up and take pictures. We define wardrobe intentionally. We choose environments strategically. We direct posture, facial expression, movement, lighting, and composition to align with positioning. Your visuals must match your pricing. Most entrepreneurs treat photography like content creation. Luxury brands treat photography like positioning strategy, and video matters even more. Your tone, cadence, environment, camera quality, posture, these details influence perception instantly. If your brand photos look casual, but your pricing feels premium, you create tension in the wrong direction. My clients often experience a massive confidence shift when their visual presence aligns with their authority. Alignment changes behavior. Luxury branding principle number 6, strategy-driven website architecture. A luxury website guides intentionally. We design structure before aesthetics. We map user journeys. We identify key decision points. We structure content flow based on buyer psychology. Where does she land first? What questions must we answer immediately? What objections require clarity? Where do we build trust? Where do we invite action? Most DIY websites overwhelm with information and design. Luxury websites simplify decision making. Design supports conversion, not distraction. When we rebuild websites for our clients, revenue increases because clarity removes friction. Structure drives results. Luxury branding principle number 7, brand experience engineering. Luxury extends beyond visuals. From first inquiry email to onboarding to client communication, every interaction must reinforce positioning. When clients work with us, we audit their entire experience. Does the inquiry feel elevated? Does the contract reflect authority? Does the onboarding process feel seamless? Most brands ignore this layer. Luxury brands engineer it. Consistency builds trust, and trust supports that premium pricing. If your back end feels chaotic, your front end polish won't compensate for that. Luxury brand principle number 8, magnetic messaging and thought leadership. Luxury brands articulate with precision. They don't shout, they don't beg, they don't over-explain. They speak clearly and confidently. Inside our process, we refine messaging so every headline, caption, website section reinforces their authority. Most DIY brands overcompensate. They add more words, more offers, more explanation. Luxury brands, on the other hand, strategically remove the noise because they know clarity creates power. When my clients refine their messaging, they notice something interesting. Fewer people respond, but the right people do, and the right people are ready to buy. That's positioning. Luxury branding principle number 9, conversion systems and client journeys. Luxury brands build systems. They don't rely on luck or virality. This looks like email sequences that nurture intentionally, lead magnets that align with positioning, sales pages that guide decision-making strategically. When we support clients at this stage, we ensure their elevated brand converts consistently. Most entrepreneurs think the website is the solution. They invest in design, they launch it, they feel accomplished, and then they wait. They assume the website will magically generate inquiries, but no one drives traffic to it. No strategy feeds it. No system supports it. Their website just sits there, polished but invisible. A luxury website without a visibility and conversion system is just a showroom in the middle of the desert. Structure drives traffic. Structure nurtures attention. Structure converts. Your website is a tool, it's not a miracle. Luxury branding principle number 10, authority, positioning, and market control. Luxury brands don't try to be everywhere. They decide where they want to dominate. Most entrepreneurs think visibility means post more. Luxury brands think in terms of market positioning. When we work with clients, we don't ask, how often are you posting? We ask, where do your premium clients actually pay attention? Where do decision makers spend time? Where does authority compound? Then we build presence there intentionally. Authority grows when your positioning stays consistent across platforms, not when you chase trends. If your Instagram says one thing, your website says another, and your content sounds like everyone else, you dilute your own authority. Luxury brands control perception. They don't react to algorithms, they don't pivot weekly, they don't dilute their messaging to stay relatable. They plant a flag. They repeat their positioning, they reinforce it, they deepen it, and over time, the market associates them with one thing. That's how category authority forms. When all 10 of these luxury branding principles align, you don't beg for attention. You build a brand that commands it. I've just shown you what real luxury branding actually requires. This isn't a logo swap. It isn't a color refresh. It isn't make it look more high-end. It's positioning, it's structure, it's psychological alignment. It's precision. So here's what I want you to do next. Book a complimentary luxury brand audit with me. I'll review your brand personally. I'll tell you where you've built real authority. I'll tell you where you've diluted it. And I'll show you exactly what needs refinement before you scale, raise your prices, or hire a bigger team. Because pouring more traffic, more content, or more energy into a misaligned brand won't fix it. Expert brand strategy does. If you're serious about operating at a premium level, start there. Now, if you want to see these luxury branding principles applied in real life, go watch my case study on the Counselor Edge next. In this video, I walk you through exactly how we built their strategy, refined their positioning, developed their visual system, and elevated their entire brand presence. You'll see these principles in action, not just theory. So go watch that now.